There's something strange in the Bronx. And no, it's not the smell of food trucks outside Yankee Stadium or the sound of Frank Sinatra echoing from the radio of some nostalgic fan on the 4 train. It's a tension in the air. The kind that only shows up in July, when rumors become headlines and the trade deadline clock starts ticking louder. With every Twitter refresh, a new name, a different rumor, another rising expectation. But this time, the buzz has a specific target, Brendan Donovan. A name that might not cause a stir outside of St. Louis, but for the Yankees, it represents everything they need and then some. It's no exaggeration. In a season marked by injuries, inconsistency, and failed bets, the Yankees front office is eyeing Donovan like someone who's finally found solid ground in a sea of uncertainty. We're not talking about a 40-home run slugger, not a rotation ace with an ERA under 2.00. He's a contact hitter, versatile, low profile. The kind of player who, before you know it, becomes an everyday starter, a silent hero, and maybe, just maybe, the difference between another frustrating October and a memorable postseason run. Let's talk facts. Brendan Donovan is an all-star. He's 28 years old, in his physical prime. And more importantly, he's under contract through 2028. In 2025, he heads into the end of July batting .296, with a .797 OPS, 9 home runs, 42 RBIs, and a level of consistency few can match. And all of this while playing multiple positions. Second base? He's got it. Third? No problem. Left field? He'll be there. Put him wherever. He delivers. From Yankees' point of view, that's gold. In a roster that lost Anthony Rizzo, saw instability with DJ LeMahieu, and couldn't quite cement Gleyber Torres as a core piece, Donovan's arrival could be a turning point. And there's more. He's a left-handed bat, something the Yankees still lack when it comes to balancing their lineup. In a batting order dominated by Aaron Judge still and playing Soto, at a high level, Donovan would be the represents a short-term in the backbone, the missing piece to turn a powerful offense into a complete one. None of this would be possible, of course, if the Cardinals weren't facing their own crossroads. The Missouri team sits at 53-51, just 2.5 games back in the wild card race. It looks close, but July has been brutal. Inconsistency, tough losses, outside pressure. The question echoing through the halls of Busch Stadium is simple. Can they really contend in 2025, or is it time to think ahead to 2026? And if the answer leans toward even a partial rebuild, then players like Brendan Donovan, beloved, vital, enter the conversation. Sure, names like Nolan Arenado and Sonny Gray have appeared in rumors before, but both carry no-trade clauses, heavy contracts, and market values that are tough to move quickly. Donovan, on the other hand, has enormous value and a contract that appeals to any contender. He's young, healthy, productive, and on a low salary. A dream for any playoff-bound team. And that's where the Yankees come in. But Donovan's story doesn't start here. Born in Würzburg, Germany, he shares his hometown with none other than Dirk Nowitzki. A curious fact, but one that underscores his uncommon path. He grew up in the U.S., was overlooked by scouts early in his career, and had to prove himself year after year just to earn a spot on the field. He climbed the ladder slowly, almost under the radar, but since reaching MLB, he's been rock solid. A technical, intelligent player with rare spatial awareness and game-reading instincts that impress coaches and teammates alike. In 2022, he won the Gold Glove for utility. That's not just any award. It's recognition that, among countless position specialists, Donovan stood out by being multi-positional. That style fits the Yankees like a glove. Aaron Boone has been racking his brain, trying to build a consistent infield. LeMahieu can't seem to recapture his prime form. Gleyber seems more comfortable as trade bait than as a solution. Substitutes like Oswaldo Cabrera fill in, but lack consistency. Donovan wouldn't just be a starter. He'd be the catalyst for adjustments across the infield. His presence will allow for strategic rest for veterans, better matchup agility, and defensive consistency. And in a long season where every detail matters, having a player like that could be more valuable than any 450-foot home run. Of course, he wouldn't come cheap. And the question splitting Yankees fans is it worth giving up someone like Spencer Jones to get Brendan Donovan? Spencer is currently the Yankees' top offensive prospect, a towering outfielder with raw star potential. But like all prospects, he carries the weight of uncertainty. The jump to MLB can be brutal, and the Yankees know this. They've seen hype names flop before. If the goal is to win now, Donovan could be the type of piece that turns almost into definitely. And with Soto potentially testing free agency soon, and Aaron Judge entering the critical stage of his career, maybe now matters more than ever. The Cardinals aren't blind either. They know Donovan's value to the team and the fans. A player who leads by example, doesn't complain, just executes. Letting go of him isn't an easy decision. But if there's one direction that could tempt him, it's a youth movement with high upside. Getting a package centered around Spencer Jones, maybe with a young pitcher and a depth piece, could be the push they need for a quick, efficient rebuild. especially with college standout J.J. Weatherholt expected to join the big league roster by 2026 as the second baseman of the future. In that scenario, Donovan becomes surplus, even if the word stings. Meanwhile, the Yankees are also exploring alternatives like Eugenio Suarez from the Arizona Diamondbacks, a veteran with more power and experience, but less flexibility. Suarez could be useful, sure, but he doesn't offer the same long-term value. And here's another factor. The Astros are also interested in Donovan. Just the idea of seeing him in a Houston uniform might accelerate decisions in New York. The cost of inaction could be higher than the price paid. Yankees insiders like Jack Curry and Brian Hawk have already reported that the front office is working under ambitious but surgical parameters. Donovan fits that description perfectly. He's not a splashy move. He's a foundational one. A reinforcement that doesn't light up headlines but changes the internal structure. And anyone who understands baseball knows championships are won with players like this. What does it all represent? A fork in the road. For the Yankees, Donovan is a chance to bring balance to a lineup that's lacked it all season. He won't steal the spotlight from Judge or Soto, but he'll make them better. He'll turn 3-run innings into 5-run rallies. For the Cardinals, it's a calculated risk, losing a leader to gain a future. And not just any future, one that can include one of the league's best prospects. Now imagine this. Brendan Donovan at Yankee Stadium, wearing number 33, leading off games with calm opposite field hits, turning crisp double plays at second base, earning high praise from Boone in post-game interviews. And maybe, just maybe, delivering a quiet, deadly walk-off in the ALDS come October. The kind of player who slips into the back door and ends up holding the key to the vault. And of course, Yankees fans have every right to dream and to doubt. Is Spencer Jones really worth it? Wouldn't it be smarter to wait one more season and see if DJ bounces back? Why not go for Suarez, who'd probably cost less? All valid questions. But maybe the real issue isn't the cost. Maybe it's the timing. Because time is running out, and the Yankees know they can't afford to miss. So now I ask you, if this trade happens, do you celebrate or regret it? Do you see Donovan as the ideal reinforcement, or do you think the Yankees should aim for bigger names? Drop your take in the comments, because this conversation is just getting started. And if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and share it with that friend who's always begging for a second baseman. Stay tuned, because in the coming days, everything could change. And if Brendan Donovan shows up in pinstripes, with Yankees cap pulled low over his eyes, you can be sure you heard it here first. Until then, let's go Yankees.